So one of the things about the time that we're living through is that it uncovers certain realities, certain facts about our lives in a way that is often slightly hidden. So the fact of the instability of things has been shown to us. The facts of illness and death have been shown to us. And also one of the other things that's been shown to us is the tension that we often feel between looking after our own well-being and looking after the well-being of others. Addressing our own difficulty, our own suffering, and addressing the suffering and difficulty of others. So this is an ever-present tension. This is in our lives all the time. This awareness of others and awareness of ourselves, and trying to find some way through life addressing both. So this tension is often talked about in the Buddhist tradition as a creative tension. So what we're trying to do, particularly when we cultivate compassion, which is the response of kindness or friendliness to suffering, is to find some way of responding to that tension. And at the moment that feels particularly acute, I know, for a lot of people, that a lot of people who might be quite well in themselves really feel that tension quite acutely. I know I feel that, and I'm living here in Dublin 7, and it's really quite comfortable. I can walk along the canal and get food to eat, and I've got very good company with the person I live with. So I'm very happy in many ways, but I also am aware that people in the world and other places are finding it really, really difficult. So we're trying to cultivate compassion as Buddhists, and like I said, that means cultivating a kindly response to suffering. And one of the things I think we need to be aware of is that the suffering can feel very big, and sometimes we feel as if we need to create a feeling that's equally big. But that's not necessarily the case. Particularly, we don't need to feel bad just because other people are suffering. I think that can be a bit of a near enemy, as it were, of compassion, just feeling bad because other people feel bad. So what we can do if we develop kindness through practices like the metta bhavana is we can learn to be with the suffering of ourselves and the suffering of others, and to hold that and to find a way of responding. So I think one of the things that characterizes compassion most strongly in Buddhism is it's a responsiveness. It's a responsiveness to the needs of others. So quite how we find a response will depend on the person. So the response in me might be different from your response. But one of the things that we can do, and this both gives us courage to stay with the difficulty, because it is difficult to stay with the suffering, and to find a response, is to keep looking out, looking forward, looking up to the Three Jewels. So what the Three Jewels offer us is, first of all, the Buddha offers us not just the possibility, but the actual fact that freedom from suffering is achievable. So if we bring the Buddha to mind, his existence, his life, reminds us of that possibility. And the Dharma, his teaching, remind us of all the different things that we can practice, all the different ways we can think that help us find a response. And we've also have the Sangha jewel. So the Sangha jewel is a way that we can talk to friends and actually find the immediate response in our life to the challenges that we face. So by actually trying to clarify what those creative tensions are, and by speaking to our friends, we can begin to actually find what our particular response to suffering in the world will be in the here and now.